Alright, what's going on, guys? JR here. It is Wednesday, June the 28th, 2017, and we've got a pretty nice looking second entry long right here. Basically, we have a spike in a nice two-tiered up channel working up. So we went ahead and took a second entry long right here. Pretty clean bar, nice setup. I like the fact that we started going sideways. Alright, so we just got that first contract off at 1 point, then the second contract it's gonna come off at 2 points. Alright, so we got, that was 3 points right there pretty quickly. I wasn't planning on recording this trade, but at first I thought I got trapped, and then we kind of began to reverse. It gave me time to think about the trade, and I said, okay, I should probably, not probably, but why not record it? It's a clean setup. So nice second entry long right there. I don't know why this pointer finger is still there and it doesn't want to go away, but let's see if I can get that to go away. No, it's still there. Okay, so we'll look at that today. But basically, it's a nice second entry long. We kind of began going sideways a tad bit. We had some clearly defined support right there to double bottom. You're coming off the EMA. You get your first entry long right here. Pull back, second entry long right here. Very nice setup, very bullish signal bar. It was a bit intimidating when we rocketed off and then closed back, but the good thing is that we did manage to close above the EMA, so that's good. You had a bit of a higher low right there, kind of broke beneath it and then turned up with a really bullish bar. Good trade, I like it. Overslept this morning. This is my first trade of the day, so that's a nice good trade for me. And let me see if I can find some more. So I guess we're just gonna go to pause. Kind of not really too much of a fan of doing one trade videos anymore. They are convenient, but I feel like I've done so many of them. I feel like you guys kind of need a bit more now. So I'll see if I can find one more, maybe two, depends on how things are looking. It's looking pretty healthy and lit today, so it shouldn't be too difficult, but then again, you never know, never quite know what to expect with this, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, alright, back to pause. Alright, so brief update. There's a pretty nice second entry short that just failed right there, and that got a pretty nice pop to the upside, so we missed that one, but alright. Alright, so we're back, guys. It's been, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a little bit of time. Not really a little bit, but quite a bit of time. But we have a second entry long right here. I was a little bit hesitant of it due to the fact that we bounced off the upper end of our trend channel line twice. But then again, I'm also analyzing the fact that this is pretty, if you notice, we're not really trading down. We can't really go down. We've just been trading sideways. So the market appears to be fairly strong to me. And on these stronger trend days, sometimes you just have to take what you get. And if you don't take it, then you're not going to get a trade, because initially right here I was expecting for us to come back down to the lower end of our trend channel line. We didn't do that. We just went sideways, and I actually had a trend line drawn coming down off these first couple swings, and then basically we just popped on up and retested the highs again. So hopefully I didn't get trapped right here, but I would like to see this pop right on up and get our targets filled. And if you notice, it's kind of a failed second entry actually it is a failed second entry short, because we're going to count this as our swing low. This is going to be our first entry right here. This is our second entry, but it does not fail until we get right here. And we also have the EMA as support. This is our midline as well, so we have the EMA, the midline, and it's a second entry. But hopefully I don't regret entering right here and not waiting until we got back down here. But sometimes you just have to take what you can get, and yeah, so we'll see what happens. But just going to go to pause right now. First contract is going to come off at 1 point as usual, so that's going to be 37.75. Second contract is going to come off at 2 points, which is going to be 38.75. So I will be right back when we get some form of a change. Alright, so it's moving up pretty quickly. So I'm just really hoping this doesn't turn into a double top right there and then turn down, but we came one tick away from getting our first contract, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to go ahead and tighten my stop to 2 ticks beneath my signal bar, so that's going to be 7 ticks worth of risk on this trade. And yeah, pretty nice day actually, pretty nice trading day from what I can see. Nice healthy uptrend, nice spike in channel. It's fitting in there pretty nicely. So yeah. Kind of upset that I missed this one. And then another thing that I meant to mention about this is if you drew your trend line off these first two swings, you'll notice that this is, let me make this solid so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, if you drew your trend line off these first two swings, you'll notice that this is really the third touch, so that kind of confirms it, and then that's where you get your failed second entry short. So you may have considered taking that trade if you saw all that, and you figure since you haven't made it to the upper end of your trend channel line, you're most likely that's where you're going to be heading. So it's probably a trade worth considering. Well, not worth considering, that's probably something that I should have taken, or you guys should have taken if you saw that. But yeah, so this will probably be my last trade for the day. I'm hungry and it's getting kind of late, so I think I'm going to call it quits after this and go ahead and end the video. But yeah, this is just a basic second entry long in conjunction with a failed second entry short. The second entry triggers right here, but it doesn't fail until we break above this bar right here. So we just got that first contract off. So, yep, it's a nice trade. It's pretty clean. And like I said, on these strong trend days, I didn't used to like these things at all because they made me nervous. Like pretty much every time I would enter, I'd be like, oh, I don't know when it's going to flip. I don't know if it's going to flip. I don't know if I should be going long right here since we just bounced off this upper end. And usually, pretty much when you come off one side, you expect to go to the other side. So you typically want to be vigilant about that. But on a strong day like this, sometimes that doesn't always happen, so you just kind of have to take the setups that it gives you. And this is a nice second entry with a pretty good signal bar right off the EMA, right off the midline. So I figured this one was worth risking, and it worked out. So just something to think about. I'm going to go to pause really quickly because I want to keep this video short, and I'll be back with an update on this runner in a few minutes. And then one more brief thing to note is we could be heading up to a measured move of basically this first big move up, and then if you take that and you just stick it right there, we could be heading up to about 42 flat. I wouldn't be surprised if we went up that high, but we'll have to see if this trend line holds, if the upper end of it holds. So yeah, I may adjust this runner. I may see if I can get one more point out of it. So instead of 2 points, I may see if I can get 3 points, because I know if we break above this, we should pop. So I don't want to get too greedy with it, though. I may adjust it and then trail the stop. That's one approach. But I think if we make it a few ticks above this, we're gonna pop. Yeah, you see, we're kind of moving now. Go for 2.5 points on that. Let's see how this bar closes. Maybe right there. Yeah, we'll leave it right. We'll leave it at 2.5 points. And then another thing is this is a two-legged correction as well with a nice second entry long signal bar. So I do like this trade. That's a good trade. So you get one leg up and then a two-legged correction. And then, yeah. So we're going to get 2.5 points on this second contract. And we'll take it off right before we hit the upper end. Alright, so I'm just going to go to pause. Alright, so I decided to slide my target down 2 ticks and just go for the 2 points flat, because We have a bit of hesitation right here, and I don't want to watch this thing reverse after coming one tick away from my exit and then come stop me out at break even. So that definitely wouldn't be good. So hopefully we can just get filled at this 2-point mark, and that'll be that. Alright, so I think we may get that contract filled right here. When this bar closed, I was beginning to yeah, I guess you could say regret the fact that I slid that second contract up 2 ticks higher, and then when this bar closed, I was really regretting that decision. But hopefully there's still some hope left, and hopefully we'll get a nice little pop up and this thing doesn't come back and stop us out for at break even. That would suck, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so we just got filled on that 2-point runner, and at this point, now that this bar closed really bullish, we'll probably go up and hit that 2.5-point target. But at this point, I don't even care. I'm just glad that I got out, because this thing could have easily turned back down, come back and stop me out at break even for no additional profit on that second contract. So good trades, really nice trades today. These are two, looking at them after the fact, these are two textbook, about as good as you can get second entries, but the only thing that would make them better is if they were actually at the bottom of the trend line. But other than that, these are textbook setups. You get 2 legs of correction, a 2-leg pullback back to the EMA with a nice bullish second entry signal bar right there. That's perfect. You get 2 legs of correction again, back to the EMA, nice bullish signal bar for the entrance. Textbook. But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And then, excuse me, I have like 1 second, I need to cough. Okay, so yeah, you have a failed second entry short right here. If you had drawn this trend line off these first 2 swings, that would have been the third touch to confirm it right there. You're also coming off the midline and the EMA, and you're probably expecting to go on up to the upper end of the trend channel line since you haven't quite made it there. And then yeah, this thing's beginning to pop right now. But hey, as long as we got out, that's all that matters. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys had a good trading day. Pretty straightforward today, easy trades, everything was clean. And yeah, that's it. This is JR. I'll probably see you guys again sometime next week. Take care, happy trading, and take it easy.